It's not rock hard abs. I'm a man of flesh and bone.
Yeah. Sister Wives, season 19, episode 21. That is an important distinction. I messed that up a little. So the last ones, they were 21, and then we have 22. But 22, Oh, God, at least when you're trying to save face, don't be so friggin' obvious about it, because it's insulting. They go to see the property, and then they start talking about, like, dudes for Janelle and all of that. And one thing that I would like when we get divorced or whatever is to decenter dating. Because, like, yeah, you might date eventually, that's cool and everything, but there's so much else to do, you know what I mean? But when they are talking about the dating thing, they're like, oh, you know where we can find a dude? FarmersOnly.com. And if you don't sing it when you say it, were you even up in the middle of the night in 2005? I don't know.
We did talk about Janelle only wanting to find a guy with rock hard abs and nice pecs.
Superficial, I think.
Yeah, because that's definitely what I'm looking for. Well, according to Kody Brown.
Last season, Kody accused Janelle of being like this incredibly superficial person, which, I mean, she just does not read that way at all. And only wanting him for these physical aesthetics, but like he only wanted her for like money stuff and to keep her around like that. So whatever. Usually accusations are confessions when you're in this type of situation. However, he knows that he made a completely ridiculous comment. And back to that trying to save face. These episodes seem like TLC being like, no, guys, keep watching. Cody's okay.
Janelle's not in love with me. I think she thinks I'm hot. I got nice pecs and a great six-pack abs. But that's all she's interested in.
Oh my gosh. He doesn't have rock hard abs. Just whatever.
It's not rock hard abs. I'm a man of flesh and bone. I do have buns of steel, but my abs are just washboard.
So we want me to make a distinction between washboard and six-pack. Okay. Now, that was for scientific purposes. Now, I'm not a scientist or a Keebler elf. I don't even want you to start thinking that. Slander. But, that was, I mean, it's science, okay? But look, it gets worse because some of the things he's complaining about, like, yeah, that sucks, huh?
You know what? And that whole stupid thing about me complaining about the pecs and the rock hard abs, or, well, washboard abs, was because Janelle saw me as a piece of meat, not as a husband. I was more of an item than a person to be engaged vulnerably with.
Now, that isn't true in the slightest. However, I would like to take this opportunity to point some things out. Yeah, that's like the worst, isn't it? When somebody goes after you simply for your body or what your body can provide for them. It does suck, yeah. Now, that's not true. But if it was, I'd say, welcome to the club, buddy. You've been doing it to them for 30 years, so I don't know what to tell you. Hashtag Diesel Jane's model. But anyway, moving on. So we're still out at the property, and they're talking about names, and Janelle's showing everything. And one thing they come up with is hippie paradise. And they're like, oh, it would sound like you were selling a different type of tree, which that would be such a full circle moment. Not to mention there's a lot of money in it. But that's neither here nor there. Then we jump back. Now, there was a little bit of the baptism stuff, which I put in the part before this. I'm not going to cover any of that in this video. We jump over to talking about soulmates again. Yeah, people overuse this word so much. It's like getting a root canal.
Surprised when Robin and Kody started using the term soulmate, because Robin grew up in a plural family. She knows how devastating it is to like act like my soulmate, like somehow like we have a better bond or a different bond than the rest of the family. But maybe they did. I don't know. Don't care.
Let me give it to you in context, though, just so you can kind of grasp onto that, is, so if you're in this kind of plural family, we're talking polygamy, not polyamory. Those are two very different things. You guys are all going up there together. You're going to be in your little kingdom, right? All of you together. So if one is a soulmate, then you're literally looking at an eternity, not just this life, an eternity in this dynamic where this one is above you, which is a very common dynamic. However, because of the afterlife and the implications there, it's a very, very wrong and very serious thing to say. And as Janelle said, Robin grew up in plural marriage. She knows that.
I don't really wonder this, but it goes through your mind once in a while. Hey, did these divorces devalue me to her? I've been left. Do you still want me the same way? You know, they took, as they left, they stole some of my confidence. And I'm vulnerable and I'm a fool. So she can take me for all I have.
So let me get this straight. The perfect, angelic, wonderful, who you cannot convince me that man likes her, especially when you're saying stuff like that. So if you would say stuff like that openly on national TV about the love of your life, I wonder what he was saying about everyone else behind their backs. I know, it's pretty rough. It's the love of your life. That's the sunshine in your otherwise dark world. Yet you think she's capable of taking everything and leaving you for nothing. Yeah, you'll never convince me that he likes any of them or just women in general. I think he has a very large disdain for us.
Kody and I have done a lot of work to make sure our relationship survived all the splits. Kody got into his head that my issues with him were because he didn't have other wives. Yes, I want to live plural marriage, but the splits didn't make him less valuable to me. That's not how I feel at all.
You know why he got that in his head? Because if you say that, then you don't have to take responsibility for the fact that he was also treating her very, very poorly. And he's always treated these women very, very poorly. But if you go the other way, then their relationship crumbling is the other wife's fault still. It's all just a lack of accountability, and honestly, it's exhausting. Not to mention, Robin starts giving relationship advice, and I about fell out of my dang seat.
And you guys know from experience from my divorce how hard that is.
What about the other
So
three?
you have to really know the person. Grandpa used to always say you should know somebody for 4 seasons.
Now, again, we know that I am not a scientist, but you should know someone for 4 seasons, not to mention you guys went through my divorce. Didn't they go through the other 3 too? I thought you guys were one big family, but I guess not. So, Kody and Robin dated for about 4 months before they got engaged. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Show me, so what 4 seasons happened between January and April? Now, that's not the exact kind of date or whatever, but wherever you situate this on, how many seasons happen in 4 months? Because I think maybe 1.5 if we're pushing. With y'all's history as kindly as possible, I think that you should refrain from giving marriage or dating advice to anyone, especially impressionable young people.
I'm a friendly guy. It's easy to pass my muster, but Robin's gonna probably put some handsome devils to the paces.
I just wanted to include this as more evidence that it's the way that he speaks about women in general. But also, too, can you imagine them like sitting on the couch and he's like, yeah, I'm a nice guy, but this one over here, old ball and chain. At this point in the episode, they were talking about the girls dating, and honestly, like the way he's talking about it, the way he's coming at it, made my skin literally crawl off my body. I've been admitted into that, the bodies exhibit. I am going to be the newest display there because but we'll end the episode with this because I couldn't agree more.
She deserves to have her dreams come true. But not even that. She deserves to be able to make her dreams come true. That's what it is. You got to make them come true. And she is.
She's speaking about Janelle, and I just love that they ended on that with something positive because she's buying her property, and if you watch her Instagram, doing really, really well. That's it for this episode. We do have to go into 22. I'm not sure when we're going to jump on that, but sometime before Sunday because there's another episode coming out Sunday. However, I hope you guys have the best day and make your dreams come true also, even if that dream is just like a vanilla latte today. Have a good one.